We are starting today's Pontiac video. Shop Dog's outside saying, I actually found my sandals, so I'm not in dad's shoes and socks. And we're coming out to get things cleaned up and get ready. So, no, Shop Dog said we should shoot a nice introduction for this week's Pontiac video.
All right, well, here's where we're at in the shop on Sunday. A couple of things are going to happen today. We've got the air conditioning vents we put in last week. We're going to paint these and see if the fancy GTO medium fond metallic paint that I got actually works and looks like the rest of the interior. Should be close, but we'll see. So we're going to try that out today. We got 4 vents to paint. We'll get through that. We also want to take a look at these kick panels. We cleaned this off real well, and the previous paint that was on here just chewed the plastic up, and you can see where the paint wasn't on. And if you rub your finger right here, you can see that it's definitely eaten into that plastic. But we're gonna give it a shot because we got all the SEM products. This is special plastic paint from SEM, custom mixed to that 65-66 color. But we got some of their SEM soap, we got their vinyl prep, we got the tack-free plastic and leather prep, sand-free adhesion promoter, and then the last thing is the plastic adhesion promoter. These were all the products that they recommended for plastic, so we're going to try some of those out today, plus the special scuff pads, the gray ones that came in. This was $100+ just in this SEM paint, so we're going to try that out. We got a better console off of another person on eBay that has a console base that is not all smashed up like the one that showed up a week or so ago. It has a minor crack here, but we want to lay this in and just especially see how this curve fits, because ultimately what we want to be able to do is get this laid up and see how that's going to come together. So when we custom build a little stub console here, keep the bench seat where it is, and put a couple of cup holders in, we want to see what we're working with here. But also
with a long-term look at maybe one day going to the full console.
Maybe going full console with that, with bucket seats. And when I look at this console, this one showed up, this came in from Arizona. And when you look at this, this is so nice, just nice and smooth, very little pitting. It actually came with a little inside bucket that it's supposed to have. It all kind of screws together very nicely. So this turned out really nice, and I can get locks that match this console. They still make those. So this was a find on eBay. The guy had already cleaned it up. He was going to put it in a car. Decided to go a different direction. So we're going to work on that today as well.
Yeah, and then storing that.
Yeah, and we saved the box. So funny story. As I was talking to the guy about making sure it gets packed real well, he actually built a wooden crate just for this plastic base so it didn't get broken. And so when we store everything back, we're going to reuse that wooden crate that he put together, as well as the box that this came in here, so it stays nice and pristine.
Yeah, because for now, you literally only need that part.
Only need that part right there.
Yeah, and you can see how that would normally have attached here. It's nice that that one doesn't already have the hole in it.
Yeah, and the difference between the one that we looked at last week, this is a 1965 console. They put the vacuum gauge here. 66, they actually put it up on the part that goes up to the dash.
Internet wants to know, what are you up to?
I'm building a little paint booth. So I can try out all the new SEM paints.
Is it going to be a downdraft and be all fancy?
Well, I'm going to hook up a fan. We're going to vent it out the wall, and put on gas masks, and wait, no, we're not going to do any of that.
Nope, no, we're probably not.
I just don't want to get paint all over everything.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Everything's nice and white.
I figured you would.
Smells good in here.
All right, so after using all of our fancy SEM products, this is the first paint coat on the kick panel. This is what we started with. That's been cleaned. That's ready to get the proper adhesion promoter and the actual color coat on. But that looks really good in comparison to how those looked and how it started out. This was our test here for air conditioning vent. This has 2 coats of paint on it. Doesn't look too bad.
I think those will clean up beautiful.
Yeah, and anxious to see what it looks like in comparison to the original paint under there. The wife asked me, how many cans did you get? And I said I bought all of them because this was a custom coat for some 65 GTO product. I bought every can I could because I didn't know how much I was going to either use or if I could even get it again. So it looks like it's going to work though.
No, that looks pretty close to what you expect.
And it didn't melt my plastic either.
Yet. What do you think, Shop Dog?
It's ready for a second coat, Shop Dog.
He says, holy moly, I got to inspect that. Or I got to go outside.
First step in painting this plastic is to use the SEM soap. All of these parts here have been cleaned, and if you look, let me take you over here. This is our test article that we did for the side vents. This one's not drilled, of course, but this was our test article to see how the paint turned out, and it matches pretty well. So that was a success. So now what we're going to do is clean and paint the rest of these to get these to match as well. So we started with SEM soap. They're already clean. The next prep product that we use is this plastic and leather prep. This will clean off all the grease. This will clean off everything and make it ready to go. And then when we're done with that, we'll spray it down with this sand-free adhesion promoter. And while it's still wet, we'll put the actual color on. So I've got a couple of cans open because we want to make sure we can get it nice and clean and not get it splattered. When we look at the kick panels, these all turned out really nice. These may get one more coat, but there's a little bit of splatter on it, and we don't want to have the splatter on any of those air conditioning vents. There you go. We'll check back in later when we get some paint on these.
Okay, Bartley's working. Camera's running on a room with hardly anybody in it because they're all over here. So let's take a peek and see what Pixie's been up to here. What have you been up to, Pix?
I've been getting everything back in the dash. So cigarette lighter.
Cigar lighter.
Cigar lighter, actually. The bezel for the windshield wipers and light switch, and we have a new bulb there, and Kevin's pulling out the new knob for the lighter so that we can get all this in. Oh, we have knobs for the...
Yeah, well, it's going to look great.
That's what I'm doing.
You're just yakking?
Actually, I was getting ready to get these put back in. I think these are ready to go. The paint's dry enough, and I snapped together the front parts for here, so they're ready to go. And then we're going to get this seat out and play with this console and carpeting a little bit.
All right, we're going to wrap up the Pontiac video for the day because it's time to go make some fun supper. But here he is showing just how nicely this is all going to fit.
So got all the paint work done here. These went back in there, permanent. This is how the console is going to come together here. This will get bolted up. We'll get a couple of screws in here, and we'll test fit some carpeting and figure out how we're going to get 4 inches here to put in a cup holder and a pocket or something like that. But I think that looks really good.
We can laser cut a panel at the top where the ashtray would normally be here. We're going to laser cut a panel with some USB and power points. So that'll be handy. because you never have enough places to plug things in. But yeah, I think that paint matched pretty good. I don't think you're going to complain.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And this this cleans up really nice. We'll get it painted.
Oh yeah, this paint will look nice. Oh yeah, you're not going to notice that. Yeah, clean it up, buff it.
Yep, that'll be really good. So that's where we sit.
All right, how's the dash?
Well, looks pretty darn good.
You can see Bartley did a little cleanup and put the valve covers on. Oh yeah, that looks nice with all the bezels. Wow, that really did clean up nice. Yeah. You can't get these, you know, with the squirt button. So boy, did that clean up nice. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
This on.
Okay, so you drilled the new holes and got the 3-position switch. And then what did we learn about this?
This is the original one that came with the dash, and it is set up that it doesn't hook in there, so it doesn't have the courtesy lights currently.
Yeah, because this will ground the courtesy light. So if you turn that on, we can turn the floor lights and the dome lights on too. So it's because the passenger, no way they're going to reach over here and turn this knob.
Yep.
This car is huge. I'm sorry, is huge.
Huge.
Yep.
So yeah, that's really cleaned up nice.
To go in the car.
And then someday in the distant future, these will get replaced with some beautiful Dakotas. But for now, at least you'll be able to, you know, drive the car. You don't want to wait another year. Because unfortunately, with the COVIDs, everybody's backlogged. And we turned off the music, so no copyright, no problems there. Bartley's been in here cleaning and getting things ready to rock and roll, because planning to start wiring this tomorrow. So I think this has been a pretty good Sunday. We got quite a bit done. Hopefully we get some good footage out of the GoPro, although it turned out we worked in this room a lot, so I imagine a lot of that footage is just an empty room. But yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good 66 Pontiac Catalina Wagon video. Thanks for watching.